Good morning friends. Today we are going to see about third topic in your unit 5 called Y parameters. So already we saw the two parameters. Last two videos we saw that two concepts in your unit 5. The first one is your two port network and second lecture is about your Z parameters. So a few seconds just I revised the last two lectures. So we started with the unit two port network introduction. The port is nothing but a pair of a terminals. Are you remember? So port is nothing but a pair of a terminals in which the voltage or pair of terminals. Voltage or current can be connected across it. And two port network means it is having two voltages and two currents. So totally we are having four combinations with two pair equations. So 4C2 you are getting the 6 combination value and it can be divided into 6 parameters. We already saw. Write the four combination of these four letters. Write the 6 combination of these four letters. So one will be a V1, V2. Second will definitely will be I1, I2, and then followed by V1 followed by I1 and V2 followed by I2, and finally V1 comma I2 and V2 comma I1. These are the 6 parameters. So V1 comma V2 we called as a Z parameters. Z parameters is nothing but a other name of Z parameter is open circuit impedance, and I1 I2 we call it as a short circuit admittance. That is called your Y parameters. That is your now we are going to see about this concept Y1, I1 and I2. And V1 comma I1 we call it as a ABCD parameters, or it is having two names. One will be ABCD parameter, second will be a transmission parameter, and as well as the last name is a chain parameters. So we are having the three names of the three names will be therefore in this parameter v1 comma i1, and v2 comma i2 is the reverse thing. See here it is v1 comma i1 means it is opposite thing v2 comma i2, so it is called a dash, b dash, c dash and d dash. And finally we are having a v1 comma i2 will be a hybrid followed by v2 comma i1 will be a inverse hybrid, that is a g letters. So in this a dash, b dash, c dash and g parameters is not there in your syllabus, so only we are going to see about this one. This is about your first lecture, and we saw the two concepts, two more question. One will be a symmetricity, reciprocity. Reciprocal, if the network satisfy the reciprocal network, we call it as a reciprocity theorem. And example, all passive networks will belong to a reciprocal theorem, and all active networks will call it as a reciprocal. It is not satisfy the reciprocity theorem. That's why it is all belongs to a non-reciprocal. So finally, all passive networks will be a reciprocal and all active networks will be a non-reciprocal. Coming to the symmetricity, it is a mirror image of the second half. One half will be the mirror image of second half. So if it is not a mirror image means it is called asymmetry. So these are the concepts we saw in the first lectures. And second lecture is about what is the concept called Z parameters. So Z parameters is nothing but open circuit parameters, and another name is why it is called open circuit means we are making all the current will be a zero. I1, I2 will be zero. So that's why it is called open circuit impedance. And Z in always we call it as a impedance, because in AC domain we call the resistance is Z parameter. It is a combination of R plus JXL. So second lecture, see, second lecture we saw about the Z parameters, just a overview. So last video, Z parameters. And what is the equation? The Z parameters having the expression in terms of V1 and V2. Followed by we are having the parameters called Z11, Z12, Z21 and Z22. And except ABCD and A dash B dash, we are having the symbol plus. ABCD and A dash B dash parameters only having the letters minus. By all other thing having the positive symbol. Z11 followed by the two parameters I1, and this definitely will be I2. This is I1 and this is I2, and we can write in the matrix format also. And then we are having the four names for this equation. Can you remember? Z11, Z12, Z21 and Z22. Z11. So it is a normal impedance. So impedance is nothing but as per Ohm's law, V by I. So everything is V by I, and this number 1 1. So V1 I1. 1 2 means 1, 2 1 means 2 1, 2 2 means 2 2, and the name This one is, it is having the same suffix number, so it is called a driving point impedance. Driving point impedance. And this one is transfer from 1 to 2, and this network is 2 network to a port 1 network, so we call it as a transfer impedance. And this is also a transfer impedance, and this is definitely a driving point impedance. And what is the difference between the first one and last one is, this is the driving point impedance at port 1, and this is the driving point impedance of port 2. Clear? And these are the things we saw in the second lectures, right? Now we are going to see about a Now we are going to see about the Y parameters. So obviously it is the quite opposite to the Z parameters. And Z parameter name is open circuit and short circuit, open circuit impedance. So now it is a Y parameter, means definitely the name of the Y parameter is short circuit admittance. Yeah. Now, and please take your circuit analysis note. Just follow the instructions. The concept is called Y parameters. Same thing. First introduction, that is write the equation, expression in terms of and matrix, and finally we are giving the name of all the four parameters. Clear? So now take the Y parameters. Initially, before starting that, we have to know the other name of Y parameters. The Y parameters is nothing but a short circuit. And before that, Z parameter we call it as a open circuit. Now it is definitely short circuit. That is impedance. Now it is called admittance. That's why we are using the letter Y. It is a quite opposite to your Z parameters. Yeah. And obviously from the name itself you can identify that short circuit means we are making, yeah, who V1 and V2 will be equal to 0. Previously in Z parameter we are making I1 and I2 equal to 0. Clear? So now in this concept we are going to see the reverse concept of Z parameters. So as usual, write the equation. So generally in your left hand side, previously in Z parameter we are writing V1 and V2. So now definitely your left hand side will be I1 and I2 will be equal to, and there will be Z letters, Z11, Z12, Z21 and Z22. Now definitely Y11 in between plus Y12, and this is Y21 and this is Y22, followed by I1, I2 is over. Who is left out? Yeah, V1 and V2. V1, V2. This is very important equation in Y parameters, followed by, you can write in the matrix format also. Okay, simple thing. Can you fill the matrix? Yeah. In your left hand side, the letter definitely I1, I2, and your right hand side we call it as a Y11, Y12, Y21 and Y22, and followed by your two letters V1 and V2. And this is your matrix of Y parameters. Now the names. Who is Y11? Who is Y12? What is the name of Y21? And what is the name of Y22? Clear? Will be equal to. In Z11 means impedance means V by I. It is a admittance. So we can call it as a I by V. I by V. That is, it is quite opposite to is a parameter. And see the suffix letter, it is 1 1. Yeah, obviously 1 1. It is 1 2 1 2, and it is 2 1. I2 by V1, and here I2 by V2. Clear? Now what are the four options you are what are the two options you are having? You can make either V1 equal to 0 or V2 equal to 0. But in your Z parameter we make either I1 equal to 0 or I2 equal to 0. So with this help, come to this concept. Here I1 by V1. So V1 is must be present. Definitely it should be present. So definitely with this option you can write V2 equal to 0. Here V2 will be present, must be present in the denominator. Definitely V1 equal to 0. Here it is V1 is present in the denominator. Therefore V2 equal to 0, and here it is V1 equal to 0. So these are the two options for the Y parameters, that is by making either V2 equal to 0 or V1 equal to 0. Now the names. So see, there is no change in the suffix number, that is it is not changed like this 1 2 2, it is 1 and 1. So obviously the name will be a driving point. Previously this combination we called as a driving point impedance. Now it is called driving point admittance because of Y parameter, and for at is port 1. and this definitely will be a driving point admittance port 2. Clear? And then here, can you tell me the name? That is 1 and 2. So that is definitely a transfer. It is not impedance, it is called admittance, transfer admittance, and it is also called transfer admittance because it's going to be transfer from port 1 to 2 or port 2 to 1. That's why it is the name called transfer admittance. So before proceeding with the problem, we must know this basic differences. So Y parameter, other name called short circuit admittance, and the equation and matrix format and all the four names of your matrix, and having the assumption v1 and v2 equal to 0. So before starting the problem, we ensure all this idea. Okay, start with the first sum. So first sum, it is a gate question. So note it down. Find y parameters for the network. This will be the question. So previously the question will be like find the z parameters for the network, like that. So now the question will be find the y parameters. So the question will be like this. Network means it is having that is two port network, that's why plus minus, name it as v1, plus minus v2, and this letter we call as usual I1, this letter we call it as a I2, and the value of the resistor is given 50 ohm, and it will be a 20 ohm, and then this is 10 ohm. This is the question. So you are going to find the y parameters. Can you remember what are the y parameters? Y11, Y12, Y21 and Y22. You are going to find the all the four combinations. Clear? So as usual, first, redraw your diagram. So start with the problem. As usual, you start with circuit diagram, 3 resistor, okay, plus minus V1, and this one is plus minus V2, and the value will be 50 ohm, 20 ohm and 10 ohm. So they gave like this I1 and this will be your I2. See the current direction also. So definitely this we call as I1. This definitely we call as the I2. Make sure that I2 current will flowing in a anti-clockwise direction. And in between we are having one more loop. So that's why you can use your another current I3. See the another current I3 always in a clockwise direction. Only at the terminating point of a two-port network, current only flows in anti-clockwise direction. Clear? Terminating point. We all other point having the current flow, it will be in clockwise direction. Clear? So totally for this sum we are having how many mesh? Yeah, 3 meshes. So mesh 1, that is we are having 3 loops. So this will be one loop, second loop and third loop. So write the mesh 1 equation. Active element equal to passive elements. Active element will be called V1 will be equal to only one character involved in mesh 1. So let it be 20 is present in between the two currents. So I1 and I3. Now tell me the symbol, it is minus or plus? Yeah, definitely it is minus. Why? Because I1 and I3 current flows will be in the same direction. That is as usual normal circuit analysis. Clear? So that's why it is called minus. So this is your first equation. Mesh 2. Mesh 2, what is the equation? Active element is definitely 0, followed by the passive element is 50. 50 will be only I3 current is flowing plus 20. Tell about 20, I3 and I1 current is flowing, and 10. 10 will be present in between I3 and I2. Now tell me the symbol. I3 and I1 is flowing in the same direction, so it is minus. I3 and I2 flows in the opposite direction, it is plus. So this is the two concepts. Clear? And the last equation, mesh 3. Mesh 3, your V2 active element will be definitely a V2. While traveling, you are seeing the second symbol, so it is V2. Followed by the only one character is involved, that is 10 ohm. So 10 ohm is present in between your I2 current and I3 current. Both will be flowing in the opposite direction, so definitely it is plus. Clear? That is always the current flowing will be in clockwise direction. It is opposite. That's why it is put plus. Clear? So we are having three equations. Clear? Okay, now coming to the derivation. How to derive the concept. Okay. Take the first parameter. Y1. What is the answer? V1 by I1. Sorry. What is the equation? It is Z11. I am any mistake. What is the equation? Yeah, y11 means it is called I1 by V1. So write the equation properly. I1 by V1, which means by making V2 equal to 0. And also you are having one more option, V2 equal to 0. With the help of making a V2 current, you are getting one more equation. V2 equal to 0 means definitely denominator will be V1 and definitely it is will be your I2. What is the letter? Y21. Yeah, Y21. So we are going to finding out two members by making V2 equal to 0. Now coming to this three equation. See this V2. Yeah, third current is having V2. You make V2 equal to 0. Clear? So put V2 equal to 0 in all the three equations. So you are getting 0 will be equal to 10 plus I3. So what you are getting 10 I2 equal I2 plus 10 I3. So let it be I2 from this we can get I2 equal to minus I3. Clear? Now substitute in your all the remaining two equations. You just substitute all the two equations. So now traveling to the preceding equation. What you are getting? Actual equation is 0 equal to, what about I1? You are getting minus 20 I1 plus, what about I2? You are having only this number 10 I2 and by I3 how much? 50, 20, 70 plus 10, 80 I3. This is a normal equation. You are having an assumption called I2 equal to minus I3. So you can make wherever I2 comes, you just substitute I3 minus 20 I1 plus, now tell me, I2 will be equal to minus I3. So it will become minus 10. 80 minus 10 equal to 70 I3. Clear? So what is your equation finally you are getting? Minus equal to minus 3. Once again, you just cross check I2 in the place of I2, you just substitute minus I3. It become minus 10. 80 minus 10, it becomes 70. Okay. Then followed by, so I1. I1 will be equal to, that is minus 2. Minus minus cancel and 10 0 0 cancel. So it become 2 I1 will be equal to 7 I3. I1 will be equal to 7 I3 by 7 I3 by 2. This is one equation. Or else you can write I3 will be equal to I1 by 7. You are having two formats. Yeah. Now I can substitute in the main equation. What is the main equation? That is first equation. V1 will be equal to 20 I1 minus V1 equal to 20 I1 minus I3. Clear? So therefore V1 will be equal to 20 into. You just keep as it is because we want V1 letter and I1 letter. So you just keep V1 is present, I1 is also present. So at last we are doing in the final steps, V1 keep as it is I3. So I3 in the place of I3, I3 in the place you just substitute I1 equation. What is the equation you are getting? Equal to 2 I1 by 7. So without, so you can tell that directly you can proceed with the second equation because without the help of the third equation we can't achieve the second equation, right? So that's why you are moving like this step by step. So first write all the three equation moving from third to 1. Clear? So V1 will be equal to 20 I1 minus 2 by 7. So V1 will be equal to 20 into 1 minus 2 by 7. 1 is a common number. What we are getting finally? To 7 minus 2, 5 by 7, I1, V1. So what is your equation? I1 by V1. So we are getting I1 will be equal to I1 by V1. What's the answer? I1 by V1 means actually it is 100 by 7. I'm right? 20 into 5, 100 by 7. So now answer will be 700. 7 by 100. So you are getting like 0.07. Clear? This is your I11. And with the same concept, you can solve the Y21 also. So Y21 you are needing I2 by V1. So V1 is there. This is the final equation. V1 equal 20 I1 I2. V1 I3 into I2. I having the combination I equal to minus I2. So it is directly can change. And I1 how it is changed? I1 is having the I3 by 2. Yeah, let us so wait. So what is the equation? Um, wait, I will erase. So this is the concept. This is the basic things for entire concepts. Clear? So this is the way. That is finally first we have to write the equation. Then we have to make a short circuit any one term, and then writing the equation. So we are getting minus 1 to this one is over. So we solve V1, Y11 will be equal to I1 by V1, and here it is the combination. Yeah, now we can start with the second concept, Y21. Your intention is to find now Y21. Y21 you require I2 by V1. So V1, as usual, you make V2 equal to 0. You make V2 equal to 0, you are getting I2 equal to minus I3. Then proceed with the, for substitute these values, you are getting like this. You are having two assumptions. So now directly once you started a substitute, directly move with your, what is your final equation? Yeah, first equation V1 will be I1 minus I. Okay, so everything for Y21 you require V1 and I2. V1 is already there. So 20 you keep as it is. You now change I1 and I3 into what letter? I2. So I1, what is the I1 in terms of I2? We have not directly having I2 equivalent to I2. Only you are having I1 equal to I3, then I3 will be equal to I2. So this is the way you have to substitute. So I1, what is the value? 7 by 2 I3 minus I3. Clear? 7 by 2 I3. So what you are getting? 7 by 2 minus 1 into I3. 7 by 2 minus 1. So you are getting 5 by 20 into 7 minus 2. It is 5 by 2 into I3. So you are getting 2 tens are. So 50 I3. I3 must be equivalent to what? Minus 2. I will be equivalent to minus I2. So V1 will be equal to minus 50 I2. So the equation come here, Y21 will be equal to Y2 by V1. So here it is the equation. So previously it is here and now it is here. I2 by V1. See from this equation tell me what is I2 by V1. Yeah, definitely it is minus 1 by 50. So answer minus 0.0. Clear? So after finding the same way, what is the next two equal to 0? Because now we have started and completed V2 equal to 0. Now we are going to make V1 equal to 0. Take the same procedure and you are getting the two answers, Y21 and Y22. Y21 answer will be like 0.02 and Y22 equation is 0.12. So finally when writing a matrix by using 0.07 minus 0.02 minus 0.02 minus this is the answer for this question. While we are solving the same problem, we are getting this equation. Now tell me if this sum belongs to a reciprocal or non-reciprocal. Yeah, definitely it belongs to a reciprocal because see this value is same value, that is z1 y12 and y21 will be the same, so that's why it is a reciprocal sum. But here z11 is not equivalent to z22, so it is not a symmetrical property, it is an asymmetry network. So this is a this one. And before going to the second sum, you must note down the networks, that is your y parameter networks. Uh, function will be an y parameter along with one important the in the problem that draw the equivalent circuit. So equivalent circuit of y parameter will be like this one. Impedance combination and current flow, and here also one more current flow, and followed by another impedance parameter. This is the equivalent structure of y parameter. So there will be each and every parameter having a structure. So y parameter you are having current source. So obviously z parameter you are having voltage source. So here you are going to mention the y letter, that is y11 value, and here it is y12 letter along with the word called V2, and here definitely y21 followed by V1 letter, and here it is called definitely y2. For example, if you are having the sum called, so having the values, right? What is that value you are getting? Yeah, 0.07 minus 0.2 and 0.12. See previous sum, that is I am solving only this letters. So you are going to solve this one. Okay. Okay. Now instead of y1 you just substitute the letter 0.07, and here y12 minus 0.02, y2 minus 0.02, and finally you are getting 1. So this is the equivalent diagram of previous problem. The structure will be the same. Always it is having a impedance followed by a current source, and there is a down arrow mark. Why it is down arrow mark in the sense? In this sum having minus. See, it is minus 0.02 minus 0.02. If you are having minus value, definitely the current source symbol will be downwards. If it is plus, obviously it become a upward arrow mark. And same way for the z parameter indication, plus minus. If it is having a negative value, that is for example z12, it is having a minus 0.02, means it is having minus plus. It can be indicated. If it is having minus value, indicated by minus plus, and if it is plus, obviously plus and minus for z parameter, and it is a voltage. And are you remember this name of this symbol, a diamond shape symbol? Yeah, it is a dependent source. What dependent, what source? So it is a current source, depends on voltage. So name will be a voltage dependent current source. Clear? So what about in z parameter? We can tell that current controlled voltage source. Obviously z is quite opposite to y parameter. Clear? Okay, can we move on to the next sum? The next sum is the same as your previous sum. So note the question. This is our university problem. Previous the first sum will be a gate problem, but here this sum will be comes under your analytic question. So we are having three resistors. Okay, this is given in the kilo ohm. Kilo ohm, 1 kilo ohm, and this will be your 5 kilo, and plus minus V1 plus minus current value, and to 1k, 5k and 2k. Question is find the y parameter equivalent. Draw the equivalent equal for this sum. So first thing you are going to finding out y parameters. So how many meshes available? Yeah, three meshes. I1, it is I2 flowing in anti-clockwise, and this will be your I3 current. Write the mesh 3 equations, all the mesh 1, mesh 2, mesh 3, and making you are having only two options. You can make either V1 equal to 0, finding that one 2 matrix value, and also by making V2 equal to 0, you can able to find out two equations. So with that help of finally getting matrix right, I am writing the answer. You just try and tell me you are getting the same answer. Clear? 1 minus 1 minus 1, 1. Everything will be multiplied with the power of minus 3. Why? Because everything they given in a kilo ohm, and you are writing inverse slide because it is a admittance. So that's why all the value will be in the milli unit. This is your y parameters, and equivalent diagram you just write the same diagram, the above. See the above equivalent diagram. The same diagram you just replace the y11, y12, all the matrix value in terms of your answers. So this is your homework. You just clear. Okay, and one more new concept in a y network itself. They given the y parameters, but they are telling indirectly. So see the third question. In a short circuit test, short circuit itself it mentioning V1 and V2 equal to 0. So it is a indirect y parameter question. So take the question in a short test, current and voltage are determined. Current voltage is determined for two unknown port network and its parameter. Network and its parameter. Draw the equivalence. Draw the equivalence question. They given the value like I1 V 1 milliamp minus 0.5 milliamps, and it is 25 volt. Will make V2 equal 0. I1 I2 with the same left hand side. You are getting the value minus 1 milliamp minus 10 milliamps and 50 volt by making V1 equal to 0. This is your question. Yeah, you're getting. So question is they conducted a short circuit and they're getting a current and voltage, some current value and the voltage value they are getting. Now you are going to find out the parameters to drawing the two port network, finding its parameter and its equivalent circuit. Okay, let us start. So how many parameters involved for a short circuit? Yeah, four parameters, A1, 1, 2. So it will be, and also 2, 1. Now tell me I1 by V1 by making 1 equal to 0. This I1 2 by making V1 equal to 0. That is I2 by V1 making V2 equal to 0. I2 by V2 making V1 equal to 0. Okay, tell me I1 by V1 making V2 equal to 0. These are the experimental results when V2 equal to 0, and these are the experimental results when V1 equal to 0. Now you proceed with this one because it is indicating V1 is followed by V1 25, 10 to the power of minus 5, and finally you are getting the values 4 to 10 power minus 5. Clear? And here I1 by V2 making V1 equal to 0. So V1 equal to 0 means this value. What is your I1? And sorry, I did a mistake. It is a V. Clear? Yeah, V2. V2 and making V1 equal to 0. Now tell me I1 will be minus 1 divided by V2 will be minus 1 by 50. We are getting 2 into 10 to the power of minus 5 to the power of minus 5 because 1 milliamps. Clear? And also here it is I2 by V1 making V2 equal to 0 means 1 milliamps divided by V1 will be 1 m by 25. Same answer. And then I2. Sorry, it is not 1 m, it is minus 0.5 amps. And you are getting minus 2 into minus 4. And what is the final answer? V1 equal to 0 means this one. I2 by V2 minus 10 by 15. Minus 2 into 10 to the power of minus 4. So we are drawing here. That is, you are getting your 4 value parameters. That is, I can write in the equation. One is 4 into y1 minus 2 into the power of minus 5, and here also same minus 2 to the power of minus 5 y2 to the power of minus 5. So while drawing in a diagram, can you remember this will be your impedance followed by source voltage current here and impedance. Here current will be down because 1 2 and 2 1 will be having minus. So here it is 4 into 10 from minus 5, 2 into 10 minus 2, and here minus 2 into 10 from minus 1. Finally you are getting minus 2 into 10 to the power of 4 minus 4. So this is a way of drawing your equivalent circuit. Clear? And in between you are not having this line. So please erase this one. Clear? This is your final diagram of your problem. So in the same problem itself I can mention like asking the parameters as well as the diagram, also equivalent diagram. Clear? That's all about your y parameters. I hope that you can get an idea about your y parameters. So now I just revise the y parameter. Y parameter that circuit admittance by making V1 and V2 equal to 0, and you are writing the equation will be I1 and I2 in terms of V1 and V2, and you are having four terms names by making two voltages to be a 0. So all the voltages are making 0. So it is called short circuit, and you are having that name. If the example is 1 to 2 or 2 to 1, we are using the word transfer. If it is the same letter, driving point impedance or driving point admittance. And the same questions are coming here. Derivation is little bit difficult when compared to a z parameter. This is also the same concept in z parameter. I think last sum I gave in a z parameter can be solved by using this concept only, because in that sum they are having three networks. Previously we are having two loops. Two loops, here it is a three loop question. And this is two loops. We are writing all the three equations. Make sure the current direction. If both the current will be in same direction, in between minus, and if both the current going in opposite, in between it is plus. And you have two options. One thing you can make V1 equal to 0, and another thing you can make V2 equal to 0. And then if the cross one, that is y12 and y21 will be the same, it is a reciprocal, and y11 y22 is same, it is a symmetrical property. And the diagram of the two-port network, equivalent network of y parameters is for having two impedance box and two voltage controlled current source. If it is having minus value, it is a down arrow mark. Okay, this is the terms you have to be remember at last. Clear? That's all about your y parameter. In the next video you can see the two parameters, that is called as. Thank you.